Come on. Football.
This is going to be football Christmas Day for Jeremiah Sirles and for Booney. But I know
I love it. Love
Jay
Blitz
in particular
This
loves
is my jam, dude.
Blitz pickup, baby.
pickups, dude.
Love it.
I fell in love with blitz protection my rookie year when I was with Phillip Rivers. Right, so Phillip Rivers every Wednesday during the season would kick every single coach out of the room. Right, O-line coach, the head coach was the offensive coordinator too. Like he called the plays and he was like, everyone out, everyone out. Linemen, running backs, tight ends, everyone else stays. And he would make his own blitz cut up for third down. And we'd go through every single one, and he'd call out what the protection is. The center would call out what the call is, and then he would call out if he would do anything different. And we'd go through for an hour and a half. Boom, boom. He would find every third down blitz. He'd go back like 2 years, right? He'd be like, hey, this is from 2011 when we played him. Look at this, what got pulled out. And you'd be like, they're not going to run that. And then all of a sudden they'd run it in the game, and you're like, you're a god, right? Like you'd just be like, you're incredible, right? And then as I got put on active roster, when I was like week 12, the second I got put up on active, he grabbed me and he was like, rookie, 5 a.m., Wednesday morning, you're with me. And we'd go over the thing that he was going to go over that night, but he made all the rookie and centers go over it the morning of. And I was like, all right, this is big boy, serious type of stuff. And from that moment on, I was hooked. It was like a drug, dude.
It is a drug, dude.
It's like a drug because as an O-lineman, it's what we celebrate.
Yep.
It's what we do. When we hit a blitz in the face, right? When we identify it, we get the call, we pick it up. Like we're all slamming high fives. And
For
like,
sure.
It might be an 8-yard catch for a first down, but we pick that blitz up. Like that's our touchdown. That's our moment to like the preparation met the execution. Like I'd remember in 2017, we're playing the Baltimore Ravens, and I started that game at left guard. And there was this one blitz we worked on all week, right? All week we're like, hey, this is a tough one. But if they get to this look, we know what it is, and we can identify it, and we have a play to check to it. And I can remember like getting up to the lines, third down, we break the huddle, we get up to it, and all of a sudden all of us are like, this is it. This is the one.
This is it. That's what
And
you
like,
said.
This is it. And like looked at Case, and Case was like, let's go. Like checks whatever. And he picks it up. We smack it in the face, big long ball. And like all of us are running down the field like, we did it. Yeah. Like, dude, I love blitz protection.
When you pick up a blitz, it's the best. When I was in Frisco, our blitzes were run by Tom Rathman. I don't know if anyone knows Tom. If you don't, you're not a real football player. Dude, you want to talk about a guy, Roger Craig, huh? Joey Montana. I mean, this guy was a big. He would get up there, and this guy's legs were huge. Tom Rathman's legs were huge. He'd always wear shorts like capri, or not capris, but like those cargo. Yeah. He'd be in his like running back stance, and he'd have the clicker, and he'd be like, "All right, here we go." He'd be like, middle dog cross, let's talk about it. And he'd like be pulling up plays, and he'd be like, guys, you don't understand. And like instantly, Jay's right. When you're a rookie, you're like, wow, this must be really important. This guy is really yelling at us. He was like that every Wednesday. It was so fun because you'd be like, tell it to me, Tom. What's their blitzes? He'd be like, top 3, here we go. Will minus C. Oh, give it to me. Mike minus A. Oh, they're going to do it. You'd be like writing it all down like, oh, shit. They're coming. Like, it was just so much because Jay's right. The minute you get up there and you see that exotic front, you're all looking at each other like, this is it. You ready? You all ready? We practice this. Don't fuck this up. Like you're out there, and then the minute you do, everyone looks around like we got this. Because once you shut down their one pressure flavor of the week, it's over. It ain't coming back.
Yeah,
they're not going to run it again.
When they beat you with one,
you're fucked.
Buckle in because it's going to be a long day.
Guess what? There's like 4 varieties.
If they get home early, like if that first third down is like pucker time, right? That first 3rd and 8, you're like, all right, I think I know what I'm looking for, and you come out there and you're like, this is new. Right, you're looking around. You're like, all right, trust my rules, baby. Let's trust our rules and hope I go. And all it takes is one person to screw it up, and then you're like, oh boy.
Well, let's dive into this. So this is going to be. I don't know, if you guys like this,
Here
audience,
we go. I'm so excited right now.
Let us know. Click the like button, the subscribe button, because we will do multiple Blitz Masterclass episodes going forward here. By the way, hold on. OlineCommittee.com for your O-line committee lifestyle merchandise, by the way.
Did you
Booney?
put the down and distance?
I love it.
Now we can finally start to look. I love this.
Baby.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So I know that's been lacking. We're trying to like.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Extra production, but we're trying to ramp this thing up here. So I know it's helpful. For
it
the
helps us
too.
see what the defense is doing and why they're doing it.
This is going to be, by the way. So I've got a handful of plays all centered around Kyle Hamilton, one of the best young safeties in the National Football League.
Yes.
So this is how multiple different teams have looked to either stop or have failed to stop Kyle Hamilton.
They use him
blitzes.
like Mike Zimmer used to use Harrison Smith.
Harry, yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, all right. So, first thing, blitz protection, the first thing you have to do is identify the mic because we all have to have someone to point off of, right? So, here, initially, this is a 3x1 set, right? 1x3, excuse me. You got the tight end solo up to the top, and you got the 3 receivers here. That's the starting formation, right? That's the first thing you have to hear as a center. Let it play. Probably has a final formation.
2x2.
I'm going to let the whole play run here real quick.
Final formation of 2x2.
Let it run.
Right? Boom. Come through. Here we go.
This is AFC Championship game, by the way.
Right? So pause. So right there, it went from a 1x3 set to my left to a 2x2 set to my right. So that means that I start my count always to the strength, which in this set is the tight end. Right? So the tight end, number 87, is my set. I'm going to say number 6 is my Sam linebacker, my strong side linebacker, which therefore makes number 0 over here over Algretti,
Left.
the Mike.
Yep.
Right? The way that I call this is key protection, which is a Mike-based protection. This is an overload front, right? You've got 3 bigs on one side of the ball. When that happens, you immediately know those 3 dudes on the right are locked up. They're done for, right? Toast. Where the fatal error that the Kansas City Chiefs do here is they don't identify 0, they identify 6, and they say, hey, 73, come over here on a Rocco or something that makes all 4 of us go over, and we're going to take these 4 guys. That's great, unless what happens here happens, which is they send 2 weak. Right? There's Kyle Hamilton. Right? So the way that I would identify this and the way that I would like to pick this up is you go, hey, 0's the mic, right?
So
0's the mic.
This is your mic right here.
Yep.
Let's sort the mic, right? Which is telling us that the left side, 79 and 73, have the most dangerous 3, most dangerous 2 out of that come off the left side.
Okay, so
right?
it could be any, but it could be
It could
someone
be
else
those,
entering here.
and it could be +1 out on the
to
outside.
the left. It'd be to the left. The
Anything
circle would be
to the
0
left.
to the left.
Got it.
6 is not in the
Yeah.
6 is not in the equation.
6
right?
is the running backs.
6 is now the running backs.
Got it.
And you make it very clear by we used to tap our heads.
Yeah, points.
Right? We used to tap our heads. That was our rule of hey, we're sorting this guy. So now the rule is if he sits, bounces, or bails, you yell out, and you can pick up anything off the edge. If he fires, you're locked on. The running back now has anything off the edge. But when you slide away and they end up bringing 2 off the weak side here, you're toast. You got to throw hot, which is exactly what happens here, right? But they do a nice job of bailing out and covering the hots. Go to the wide for me real quick. First indicator of why I wouldn't want to not come over here. Pause right there. The reason I wouldn't slide right here, Booney, tell me why. Tell me why I wouldn't want to slide right.
2 for 2 and he's topped.
2 for 2 and he's topped over here on the bottom. On the bottom.
See Kyle
on the
Hamilton.
bottom,
See the safety over him.
See
He's
Kyle
topped.
Hamilton?
So he's topped right here.
Yeah,
Correct.
that means he's topped, which means there's a
2
good chance he
receivers
could
over
fire.
here. How many defenders are over here?
There's 3.
3.
That's
Right?
a problem.
3 defenders over here. Technically 4 if you want to count a 0 over
He could
Clyde
drop.
Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
So you're going, okay, there's 4 for 3 over here, which makes me nervous. There's really only 2 for 2 on that side. Let's go to where my numbers are wrong. Right? So ideally here, the left guard should pick up 0, right? Because he's in a sort protection. Left guard picks up number 0 here. Boom. And then as he picks up number 0, 25 reads number 6 bailing. His eyes then get outside, and he would pick up Kyle Hamilton in the B gap. This can be picked up.
6 bailing here. And
This
then
gets picked up with a 5-0.
This gets picked up. This gets picked up with
here.
a 5-0. This gets picked up with a sort. There's a million different ways to pick this up, but this is not the way to pick it up.
The problem too is Algretti's going way too far down there. Go back. I had a great coach in Mike Solari, and he's considered one of the gurus in the NFL right now. And he would always tell us that, listen, if you slide away and you feel pressure coming from the opposite side,
Get back.
we used to call it a sin because you're sinning against the protection, but it's an alert sin, and you would come back and take that defender, which would free up the running back. Here, I'm not saying Algretti's wrong because he's not. It's a Rocco. We have to go right. But at some point, you have to be like, hey, this 0 is really pressing into me. What the hell is going on? I got to figure out what's out here. And at the same time, I'm surprised they didn't go 5-0. especially to this. Like,
there's a lot of different
when
ways
you say
to do this.
when you say Zero is really pressing in, you mean
he's
Zero's
pressing
job
into
is to clear space for the safety blitz.
It's
Correct.
to buy that guard, technically. I mean,
Yeah.
technically
Right.
he's expecting a 5-0. So when he slides right, Roquan Smith is like, what the hell is this? So he's like, I'm just going to press into him, and all of a sudden the running back steps up to get him, and you have Kyle Hamilton running free. That's why you always kind of see that picked up with a 5-0 to keep everybody simple. We're going to set everybody out. We're not going to turn this slide any which way, because if they bring 2 backside, we're in a lot of trouble.
Okay, Ravens, Browns. You guys remember this is the second play of their game back in like November?
Yeah.
You guys remember this because we included this
Yep.
months ago on a previous film review.
2 by
so again,
2.
Kyle Hamilton is the one in question here.
Yep, 2 by 2 to the left, right? So that's your safety.
Yep, there's Njoku.
Just let it play real quick.
Yep.
Right, 2 by 2. So we start our count to our left. So there's our Sam. That's our strong safety. There's our Sam. There's our Mike.
This was stupid. Bat it up and catch it.
Right, so they're in nickel personnel. Right, when I say nickel, that means 2 linebackers. Right, so they come across your
5 DBs. That's why it's called
What a
nickel.
play.
There's 5 DBs, just in case
There's
anybody
5
wanted to know.
DBs.
And by the way,
Right.
Kyle is their like nickel Sam when they go to nickel, because he normally plays safety for him.
Yep. So he goes to nickel when they go in here. So so you're identifying like, hey, there's my nickel Sam and Kyle Hamilton. There's my Mike in the middle there, over here, and
That's your mic right here.
Yep. There is danger on both sides, right? It's pretty balanced. But the thing that makes me, and again, this is getting really deep in the weeds. Go back to the edge there, Alex. What's the thing that would make me pull this to the left more than the right? If I'm
To
a center,
the left.
like why would I want to sign
the Mike's to the left.
Mike's to the left, but also look at the safety depth. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
2 yards,
32 is
2
down.
yards, 2 yards. But that's the difference it takes of identifying this versus not identifying this. No, I'm talking about the guy on the back end.
No, behind him. See how he's like
Look,
2
see,
yards
See,
in
that
front
guy's
of him?
on the
Yeah.
41. See, that guy's on the 39.
Gotcha.
Those type of details are the difference between picking this up and missing it. Right? Those are the details. I remember Phillip Rivers saying, "Hey, his heels were on the line, while that dude's toes were on the line."
So you're
And
saying
it showed me
he's,
that he
he's
rotated
creeping
down.
up because he knows he has to take one of
Because
these
he knows he has to
receivers.
pick up, because he knows Kyle Hamilton's rolling in to the blitz, and he knows that he has to be here to pick up this guy man to man. Right?
Interesting.
Versus this
See
guy's
how he's
playing
walking down?
backside here, and he's going to rotate back into the middle of the field. Right? So I would have taken this and turned this to the left based off the safety alignment.
Let me see it from behind real quick.
You can see it here, by the way. Up
Yeah,
here.
right there.
Right? So
232.
there's your mic. There's your mic, 0. Right? Zero's your zero's your mic. Number 6 over here is your Will. So I'd like to take this and slide this to the left. Right? If you slide this
Roquan's
to the
even
left,
Everything's
right?
to the
You
left.
slide this to the left. They end up sliding it to the right because he's over here jacking around.
No, they
But
slide to the
also,
left.
they do
He
slide
doesn't
to the
get
left.
out.
The left tackle just busts.
Yeah.
Right. So this is what we were talking about in the last one. Right. You talk about the last one. Remember, I used the word sits, bounces, or bails. Right. So right here, number 0 is the ID. Right. Number 0 is the ID. He's the mic. The rule is he sits, bounces, bails, out. Right, which is everyone telling us we are now taking anything off the edge, which you see here, Batonio doing.
Antonio's telling
So
him. look,
he's
he's
out,
got his arm-
out,
He's even
out,
got his
out,
arm
out,
on it.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, get your ass out there. This is your responsibility. We can pick up the 4th element, right? And he just misses it again. Not their starting tackle.
That's a bad Emmy.
Yeah, that's a bad Emmy because you should be hitting Kyle Hamilton right in the face.
Yep.
But that's what I'm talking about. It's little details where if you're just not ready, that's the backup tackle. You have
So,
to
hey, real
be
quick,
ready at all times.
Back to the end zone view here. So this number 32 top left, you can barely see in the corner of your YouTube screen here.
Yep.
So when you say, okay, he is 2 yards further up walking forward because it's a tell. It's obviously
Yes.
a tell,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's a tell.
So who is supposed to identify? Is
Center.
it the center is
55
supposed
and 4.
to be? So
55 and 4. Those are
Okay.
the 2 guys that need to see it.
So
The
if
problem
Watson,
is-
if Deshaun sees that, or if center sees that, they can either one of them can essentially change the slide. On
Kill.
right?
Hey, let's go over here. I want to make 14 the mic. Okay, cool. Now we're sliding to 14 right away.
Yep.
Like they,
Okay.
say this pressure, like say we were with Carson, and this came up, he would have slid us to the right and been like, okay, I want this in my face because I want to throw my hots. But at the same time, a lot of other quarterbacks will come up and they'll go, okay, 0's the mic. I know he's not coming. Let's go 14's our mic now. So now Batonio's eyes go from 0 right away to instantly go to 14. And now so do 64's. We just like to take 0 in this because, well, we're sliding to the left and he's to the left. We should just count him in our slide. But if the quarterback is like, no, I know for sure 14's coming, he'll come up and go, new mic 14. So then that tells us, like, all eyes now go to 14. Why did he do that? Oh, he must know something's coming. Yep. Same time, they do kill this, which is great. Like, they're going to it. The left tackle just busts. At the same time, go back real quick, Mackey, one more time.
Yeah.
We talked about seeing that 2 yards with the safety, and, like, right there, you have no idea how hard it is for 55 to see 32 and the other safety because he's got 4 huge dudes in front of him and Roquan Smith directly.
That's Michael Pierce, giant.
That's why a lot of it
and
falls
the
on.
play clock is winding.
Right.
Like
it
oh
falls on 4 because 77's probably like check count, and he's asking a question. Like 4 has to go. Hey, this isn't right. New mic 14. Oh, okay, cool. Now all of a sudden, everyone will look right to the safeties and go, oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah, I promise you, if 4 said new mic 14, 64 is not following Clowney back inside.
0% chance that's happening. I don't know. No one really knows why he's following him in, though, because a slide is a slide.
It's just a complete mental error.
Yeah.
You should never slide back in right here when you have the slide to you.
0.
Complete mental error, which ends up being the difference.
7 the other way.
If he engages, so what happens here, too? Because if let's say
in an ideal world here, 64 on this initial track that he sets, stop right there.
He bumps out.
He never comes off that track, and he just keeps kicking on that line, and he just picks 14. Batonio's in great position here to take Clowney coming in, and then he's standing right there to punch 14 right in the mouth.
So he'd be engaged right here, and 14 doesn't even get to jump up and make that
If
play.
he does, he's going to get punched right in the balls.
Or he bats it down. Yeah, it's not.
Or he
it's
gets
certainly
tackled.
Not an interception.
Yeah, it's not an interception. I mean, it's not going to be this.
Yeah, it's not going to be the disaster.
Okay. Let's go to.
So I love this. Keep it going, Mac.
Ravens Colts is a 3rd and 8 here. Midfield.
3rd and 8.
2 by 2.
Gardner Minshew, the quarterback here, not.
Actually, this is 10 personnel. This is all receivers.
Ooh.
Oh,
this is one of his 3 sacks from this game. 3 sacks.
All right, pause it. Go back to the top.
Nothing you can do, bud. Nothing you can do.
So this is, again, the overload front, right? So there's your tight end to the left, 2 by 2 to the left.
7 up.
Number 6 is my Mike. Number 6 is my Sam. Number 0 is my Mike.
Okay,
right?
So we have a Sam and we have a Mike right here.
And then 14.
And you got your Will.
14 over here is the nickel Will, right?
Okay.
Nickel Will. So 2 linebackers, nickel personnel. He's the nickel Will. So right here, we learned from our mistakes last time, right? We've watched the tape. Hey, we're going to go 5-0, right? We're going to go 5-0. We're going to take all 5 of these dudes up front.
Because they're all close enough to where you would just.
Yeah. And last time they didn't take them, right? They watched the tape from the first blitz that we watched, or like, because they've had it on tape before. And they're like, hey, we're just going to go 5-0 here, right? Every team's different. So they go, hey, we go 5-0. 27, you now know anyone that is not in that 5-0 count, you must take. The issue is.
So 27.
27 has to make a decision.
They're
he
in
has to make a
0
decision.
coverage. Yeah.
Do I take 6 or do I take 14? Right? Because they both cross the line of scrimmage.
Throw your hot.
It's empty protection. You got to throw your hot.
See how they dropped the 3 techniques, though? They're
drop
buying
the
linebackers.
dude.
They're buying the linemen.
They drop the nose. This is impossible to pick up.
0% chance you're going to get this.
You just have to throw. This is a great blitz because it's empty, and as soon as that nose touches the center, he's bought. Right? This dude takes a full step across the line, number 58.
That's Michael Pierce, right?
That's Michael Pierce.
Yeah, but because
400 pounds
for idiots like me, but because Michael Pierce obviously is standing nose up on the center and he's taking a step forward, you don't know he's bailing, so you're like
he's bought.
You're caught in the moment of like, I have to be ready for this dude. And then when he drops, there's always a split second of, did he just drop? Yeah. Like, you're not going to be able to kick out as fast as you think. Coaches are always like, if he drops, I want you to kick. And you're like, doesn't happen like that because nobody drops Michael Pierce.
As he's dropping, also 14 screaming off the edge. There's not enough time to trigger a 3-way bump to get outside to this. Right. In an ideal world, on paper, sure, sounds great. In real time, look, by the time he drops, he's past the tackle. Like,
so what's the answer on this play?
You have to throw hot.
You have to throw your hot.
You have to know.
Right, but where's the hot here? Is my question.
Let's see.
My guess is it's going to be somewhere over the right side.
Is it 14 getting lost in traffic?
I think it actually ends up being this mesh route, or they run some sort of mesh across the middle, but everybody in the middle drops out.
Dude, Michael Pierce blew it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why defenses are smart, man. They know, hey, listen, if we're going to bring two guys off the edge, we have to drop something in the middle or we're screwed. Why not drop the big nose tackle who takes up a ton of space? Also, he's going to buy the center from being able to molly or pop anywhere.
So he's just going in, blowing up a mesh route.
And
also,
so is Matabike.
This whole concept's trash because there's 3 dudes standing on the something happened ME-wise.
They all ran like 3
They
mesh
all ran
routes.
within the 3. Yeah, that's disastrous.
That's not right.
Hey, can we do? I know you guys have to go in 1 minute. Can we do just
time.
a quick one more?
Hit me.
One last one more.
First and 10?
So he's a 1st and 10.
Ooh.
We've seen mostly. Well, he saw
3 by
second
1
down in there.
3 by 1 to the right. 12 personnel. Right, so they come through.
So this is a quick game, but they picked this one up.
All right, let's look at it.
I'll run it once and then.
All right, so they're in nickel again. This is a really nice job by everyone involved.
Yeah.
Obviously
really good
only
pickup.
a 2-yard gain, but it's.
What is it? It looks like it's a Sam. It's a Sam and Mike on the outside.
Yep,
This is basically
Sam
just
and
an underfront, and which is weird because Kyle's playing the Sam, and you'd never really see a guy that tiny on the line of scrimmage on a 1st and 10. But it's the Sam blitz, and so basically the nose going to cross face, then 95 is going to go into the guard, and 0 is going to scrape super tight off 95, but the right tackle ends up getting there just in time.
Right, so they slide to the right.
There.
Boom. Bump from the right guard. He sees it because 0's his ID. Right, so they're sliding to the right. They know the left is dead. Right, left is big on big. They've identified 0 as the identification point. Boom, slide right. Out. He's downhill. Bang, bang, pass it off. Running back comes and picks up the outside threat.
Pretty.
This is as good as you can get, right? Communication.
So out, 75.
Out.
Is that
Yep.
the out?
Yep. Because as a tackle, you're locked onto this dude until someone tells you otherwise.
Yeah. So you're here.
Yep,
And-
you're here.
and so he
he's
is
holding
sort of
space.
reading-
His man is 0. He knows he has the center coming to him, but he's not just going to vacate space because that's a big man as well. Right? So you're there, but his eyes are to 0. Out. Bang. You trust your guard. Bang.
That's a good job by
up.
the tackle there too,
Yeah,
right?
great job.
I mean,
It's a great job knowing your space.
here, just one more time. Keep an eye on the tackle here. So he starts engaging with 95, but then he's got to pick up 0 coming around on this little twist, right?
Yep.
It's hard to do. It's hard to be
do.
engaged
Hard
and
to
kick back
see,
out.
But you just have to trust your teammate, right? That just comes to the communication. If I hear you say out, I know that I don't even have to pass him to you. I'm just kicking out.
And it's again, it's a 2-yard gain, but the win here is it's not a 7-yard sack, right? That's the win.
Correct.
So, man, there's more. We'll save some of this for a future masterclass here, but just
Love
a little
blitz
taste from
pickup.
these
I
guys
love it,
explaining
man. I
the
love
intricacies
blitz
of blitz
pickup.
pickups. Inject it.
And Kyle Hamilton, what a beast, dude. What a beast. To be able to play on the line of scrimmage in the back end, the nickel, interceptions, batting balls, had 3 sacks against the Colts.
Did you know the Vikings could have drafted him?
Could they have?
Or they could trade back 2 hours and then grab Lewis Seen, who doesn't play for his first 2 years.
Okay, I didn't know if you guys knew that. I thought I read that somewhere.
Not bitter at all about that. If you're going to draft a safety in the first round, just draft a safety in the first round, I guess. Anyways, not bitter at all.
Love you
about
guys.
That. All right, there's your film breakdown here. A Blitz pickup masterclass with Jeremiah and Alex. I'm Phil. See you guys.